Welcome to part 2 of the Configure the Cisco Meraki dashboard lab demonstration. My name is Phil Morgan. So you'll be doing this task in lab 4. So you're in the dashboard. You're now going to navigate to your Cisco Meraki MR access point by choosing wireless. And under the monitor column, you're going to go into access points. Notice the MAC address and the model. Select the MAC address field under the name to configure the access point. Notice information about the access point appears. A lot of information appears, as well as tools that can be used for troubleshooting. You can see client information and you can see uplink traffic information. You can see radio settings and SSIDs that are configured. Go into the pencil icon and change the name of the access point. Because you are in pod 4, you will enter MR4 and select Save. Notice that even though you've changed the name of the access point, you can still see the model number and its MAC address on this screen. Now you will configure SSIDs. Choose Wireless. Under the Configure column, choose SSIDs. In this environment, there is one SSID configured. What you're going to do now is for this configured SSID, you're going to choose Rename to rename the SSID. Simply going to use the word Corporate. Then Save Changes. Changes saved, message appears confirming the saved changes. Now, you're going to add a second SSID, and this will be configured later on in this task. Simply go under Unconfigured SSID number 2 and change it to be enabled. Then select Rename and change the name to Guest. Then select Save Changes. Again, you will see changes saved. Now go to Wireless, and under the Configure column, choose Access Control. You are now going to make changes to the configuration of each of the SSIDs. First, on the corporate SSID, with corporate selected, you're going to change to use a pre-shared key. You will use a simple password here, Meraki123. You can choose to show the key there. So you will configure a pre-shared key, Meraki123 with a capital M. You will choose None Direct Access, which is the default for the splash page. Scroll down, and you will use NAT mode, use Meraki DHCP under Addressing and Traffic for Client IP Assignment. You can simply select Save in the bottom right-hand corner here, and you can see that changes are saved. Now you're going to make changes to the guest network that was added. Simply select Guest from the SSID. Leave Network Access Association Requirements as open, as it's a guest network. For the splash page configuration, you will select Click-Through. Under Addressing and Traffic, Client IP Assignment, you will select Bridge Mode. Make clients part of the LAN. Then, under VLAN Tagging, use VLAN tagging, and then configure VLAN ID 100. Again, choose to save changes. Message appears, changes saved. Finally, go to Wireless, and under the Configure column, choose Splash Page. You want guests to re-authenticate every 30 minutes. For SSID Guest, scroll down to Splash Behavior, go to Splash Frequency, and select every half hour, 30 minutes. Choose Save Changes. And that brings us to the end of Task 3. This is Section 1, Discovery 1, Task 4. This is Task 4. set up the Cisco Meraki MV camera. From your Cisco Meraki dashboard, you will select Camera. Now be aware, you only have read-only access to the camera, so you won't be able to save any of the changes that are made. Here you see we have two cameras, and they're shown on this screen. You will select one of the cameras, select camera 1 as an example. You will see the name of the camera, the model of the camera, and the MAC address of the camera. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see other controls that can be used to control the camera. Here you can see the timeline slider. You can go back in time or move forward in time. If you look at the network tab, you'll see the camera is connected at 1 gigabit speed, full duplex, to a switch, port 20. You have tools here. You can, for example, ping the camera. You can see the ping is successful. Other things you can see on the left-hand side, you can see the serial number, and you can see that the firmware is up to date and the current firmware running on the camera. You can also see the configuration is up to date. And that brings us to the end of task 4. This is section 1, discovery 1, task 5. This is task 5, set up the Cisco Meraki System Manager device profile. First of all, make sure you're in your lab pod. Here we are using lab pod number 4. You're going to create a device profile within the Cisco Meraki System Manager. Go to System Manager, Manage, Settings. You will select the Add Profile button. You will select the Device Profile Default Radio button. This option gives you access to the maximum number of configurable Cisco Meraki Systems Manager settings. It is supported by all devices. Select Continue. You will name this profile Corporate Devices. You will then select the removal policy to require password to remove this profile. You will then configure under Target Scope with any of the following tags. You will then enter a device tag of Corp. You will select Create Option Corp. You will now in the left column select Add Settings. The first setting to be added is under Restrictions. Select Restrictions. You will unselect Allow Use of Camera. You will again select Add Settings. You will now select Passcode Policy. Under Passcode Policy Strength, you will allow simple values and require an alphanumeric value. You will select the minimum length to be 6 characters. Allow simple values permits the use of repeating, ascending, and descending character sequences, and require alphanumeric value requires the passcodes to contain at least 1 letter. You will again select Add Settings. You will now choose Wi-Fi settings. You will select Sentry as the configuration type, and you will select your Lab4 wireless network. You will configure Auto Join, and you will select the corporate SSID. You will now save the changes. If everything is okay, it will allow you to save. You can see there's an issue. The issue clearly says there's an error. You configured the removal policy to require a password, but you didn't set one. So enter Meraki123 with a capital M. We can show that. Again, scroll down and select Save. And this time the changes were saved and the save was successful. You can now go to System Manager, Manage, Settings, and you can see the configured profile. This completes the Configure the Cisco Meraki dashboard lab demonstration.